gave him sort of what he needed by being aggressive. He's not going to get that help from Spence. Spence, for all we think how strong he is, how big he is, what a body punch he is, how aggressive he is cautiously aggressive. Yeah, he's aggressive, but behind the jab. Here outbox you. You know, everybody thought that Mikey Garcia would maybe have a chance against the biggest Spence by countering him. No, he didn't. You know why? Because Spence out-jabbed him. And when a guy is using his jab the right way from the right distance, it's very hard for a counterpuncher to be at his A game because he needs something to counter. And when you're jabbing and staying out of range and controlling that range with a jab, you're not giving the counterpunch anything to counter. That's how I see this fight. Spence will not give Ugas what Pacquiao gave him, a target just coming in where he could just, be able to time him coming in with counters. He's going to hit him with jabs. He's going to come behind that jab, that southpaw jab, and it's going to take a lot of Ugas' game away. His main part of his game, the ability to counter your opponent's mistakes, your opponent's recklessness. So, to me, the breakdown I just gave is the right breakdown. We'll see whether or not it plays out that way, but I'm picking Spence because of what I just said. That I think it'll go the distance. And another thing about Spence that bodes well for him, Ugas is good defensively. Spence is a good body puncher. You can break down a man's defense a little bit when you go to the body. So I'm going with Spence, and that's it. Who are you going with?
Oh, I'm taking Spence for sure. I think Spence too big, too experienced, too fast, too big. Ugas is just he's got some losses earlier in his career against some like lesser known talent.
They weren't all fair though. You're great. You're right, but I thought he beat Porter.
I was going to say Porter. I thought he beat Porter in a split decision loss. Split decision as close as it gets. I do too.
I thought he's been robbed a couple times, but again, I'm going with Spence. And it was spectacular. I mean, it really was very, listen, I just say what I believe, whether you're here, you're not here, whatever. And it was special. And I remember asking you, did you know you did that? And you said no. And I said right there, I said, the real special ones, as my mentor Customado used to say, the real special ones make it up as they do it. It's called great special instincts. I think, I'll say it right here for everybody to hear, I think that you have the greatest instincts that I've ever seen in a fighter. And that's kind of a big statement for me. Are you, now that I've said all that, and we went back to when, like you said, you didn't even know you did that. Have you given it any thought? Where do those instincts come from?
God.
It's a good answer.
Gotta come from God, because when we was breaking it down, I actually didn't know what was going on. I was just going with the flow. But my coach always said, you know, when you do something so much and so long, things just come natural. You know, it becomes a habit. So I just think, like, over the training years and period that I've been in the ring and on the mitts and in the bag, like, some things just come out without me even thinking about it.
You're being modest. I get it, but you're being modest because those kind of instincts are more than just doing something repetitively. You know, it's something, like you said, it's from God, but it's something. It's a special quality. Not everybody has that. To just instinctually be able to create something right on a dime, right there, as you need to pull you out of the fire. And you did it, one of those things to pull you out of the fire with Gamboa, when he rung your bell. And then I was watching, I was saying, oh my goodness, he's keeping himself together. He just got caught with a really good right hand. He's keeping himself together as he's backing up, and he's switching southpaw at the same time, so he puts himself in a better position to catch him with a right hook. I was like, wow, this guy, I wonder if he came in on a spaceship or something. It was pretty...
What's going on, boxing fans? It's your boy Pool Kind of Boxing, coming back at you with another boxing video for the boxing heads and the boxing minds. Just like Teddy Atlas said, for the same reasons he picked Errol Spence Jr. to beat Ugas, the jab and not giving Ugas anything to counter, is the same reasons in that same breakdown scenario that Teddy Atlas just gave you. Is the same reason I think Errol Spence Jr. would beat Terrence Crawford. Because Terrence Crawford, well, he has insane athletic ability, which gives him the ability to lead, also. But mostly, Terrence Crawford is a counterpuncher. And he's a counterpuncher with great athletic ability. So that means he can leap in, and he has extremely long arms, so he uses his long arms and his athletic ability to be able to reach you and be able to get back and have you come forward. Then he counters you with great counter shots in it. Since he got great timing and power, he catches you when you're off balance and get you up out of there. But see, when you face opponent that's equally or has more athletic ability, than you're usually facing, i.e. go back and look at the Zab Judah and the Floyd Pacquiao fight. The Floyd Mayweather and Zab Judah fight. See, Floyd had not faced anybody with the same, athletic ability. So now you have to, you have to be cautious and you have to make adjustments. Now, I'm not saying that Terrence Crawford couldn't catch Errol Spence Jr., but what I'm saying is Bud has never faced, a fighter with the athletic ability that's equal to his. So now he can't do the same things. He can't get away with the same things that he could get away with other fighters, because he has superior reflexes, he has superior athletic abilities, he had superior willpower because he knew he was superior to those fighters. Now he has to go into a fight where he's not sure that, he can get him out of there. A fighter with a great chin, a fighter who can bounce around the ring, a fighter who can use his athletic abilities and length and ring IQ to match his. So now the simple things that Terrence Crawford could depend on You know what I'm saying? His speed, his ability to leap in and leap out, and his ability to intimidate and overwhelm his opponents with his superior, genetics and his superior intangibles, his speed, his reach. That's not going to work against a fighter who don't care about none of that. A fighter who has technical ability to know when to jab, to know how to use his reach, to know that he's an equal athlete, to know he's equally as strong, to know and feels that he's just as good as Terrence Crawford. So that's going to be different for a different mindset for Terrence Crawford to face. He's going to have to box. He can't use. Terrence Crawford won't be able to use the southpaw position as an advantage over Spence, and he's not good enough in the right. He's not good enough with his orthodox stance to beat, another killer. And Spence, he's not good enough in the right stance to overwhelm Spence or something, or confuse him. And because Terrence Crawford, let's be honest, he goes into his southpaw stance to do his damage, and he's not going to beat a true southpaw, a true athletic southpaw. You know what I'm saying? In the southpaw stance, he's not going to fall for his rear counter stuff, and that's just simple boxing IQ. And Spence won't be able to trick Spence into falling for that. So I don't think Crawford wants this fight as much as people think, because he sees the strategic problems that we see. You know what I'm saying? He won't be able to. He's not going to look the same as his fans think. And when he fights Errol Spence Jr., just like Zab and Mayweather didn't look good the same. If Terrence Crawford go out there and he can, showboat, and he could probably get some licks in, but then once all that's over, he's going to look just like Zab. He's going to break down in the second half of the fight. He's going to have to box. He's going to have to be strategic. And he's going to have to use more of his ring IQ to win the fight. His counters are not going to be as effective. You know what I'm saying? Because Spence is a jabber. So just like Teddy Atlas say, a counterpuncher needs something there to, you got to engage. You got to come forward. That's how Terrence Crawford eats. That's how he wins. For you to come forward. He antagonizes you by hitting you with a couple of shots over the top, but he runs you into his real counters. Spence ain't that stupid. You know what I'm saying? He's not that kind of fighter. So he's going to be fighting another fighter with, equal, ring IQ. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Spence's ring IQ is better than Terrence Crawford, but I know Terrence Crawford's abilities allow him to outthink his opponents, to run them into those counters. I don't think he'll be able to do that to Spence. And we'll start breaking down this fight more as we get closer to it. And I'm going to look for some clips and stuff to show you guys what I'm talking about. And but this has been Pool Counter Boxing. Make sure you smash my like button and subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing content. And remember what I say, y'all. Law don't go around here, law dog. See you in the next one.